What's going on, you guys? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great day out there. This is the lunchtime talk, man. I decided to not only do my podcast at lunchtime, I decided to come on in the middle of the day, man. I got an opportunity to do this, and so I'm super excited to not only just come to you and talk to you, but I got some things, man, that's gonna be super dope that I'm gonna talk about, super dope about things I want to put out and stuff like that. So I'm gonna ask a couple questions and I'm gonna break those questions down, man. And so keep tuning in, man. Keep watching all that good stuff. If you on your lunch break or if you just so happen to see me, make sure you give me a like, a share, a comment. I'll see those comments. I'll bring those up. I even have a conversation with you about those things. So as I get out of here, man, I ain't gonna say get out of here. I said as the music get out of here and go, you guys, we're gonna dive in, man. And so I'm super excited about this, man, and doing this lunch thing, man. It's pretty different than what I normally do. Normally I'm doing it at night or I'm doing it with a guest and all that good stuff. So I got some phenomenal guests coming up soon. So continue to tune into that, continue to tap into that. And really look into those, and that's gonna be super dope. I'm excited about all that, man. Uh yeah, so you guys, man, just keep watching. And like I said, if you have any comments or something like that after what I say and what I talk about, we're gonna have a conversation about it. So today, man, on this lunchtime talk, right, with the law, is I'm gonna ask a few questions, right? And what I've seen and what I've noticed in my community, watching on social media, listening to podcasts and all that good stuff, and even coaching certain people, I see that sometimes some people don't move. Some people have hindrances. Some people have hiccups. Some people don't even know how to get started. Some people don't even know where to get started. And I get that part, right? And I get it and I understand that. And so, what I want to do is, I want to ask you a few questions and then I'm going to help you go through these questions. I'm going to answer these questions. Even I'm going to tell you about some of my stories and some of the things that I had to go through to even get to the point where I am now, right? And so, keep tuning in, keep listening in. If you have a comment, leave a comment. I will see the comment and I will bring that comment up and I will address that. So these questions here, though, these questions are intended to challenge you. It's not intended to make you feel good. It's not intended to give you the warm and fuzzy. It's intended to motivate you, right? I believe in motivation. I believe motivation is the start point. It's the key to push you to go through action and get what you got to get. If not, then you wouldn't be motivated to get up. You wouldn't be motivated to do whatever you do. So motivation is a true thing. I don't like when people say, "Oh, motivation is trash and motivation is nothing." You need motivation to believe what you believe in. You need motivation to believe what's there. First of all, listen to the word motivation. What's in that word? Motive. So you have to have a motive and with action to do what you have to do. So make sure you guys don't, downplay this as motivation. But I'm gonna make sure that what I say is gonna hit you. It's gonna challenge you. It's gonna push you. Man, it's gonna do some. It's gonna do a lot of things. But my end goal, it's not only that it sparks an idea, but it sparks that energy that you need so that you can push forward and go get things done and get happening, right? And so I'm going to bring up the first question, man. The first question I want to ask you is, what is stopping you from that? I'm going to say it again. What is stopping you from that? And you know what that is. I don't know what that is. Some people may know what that is, but I don't. But you know what that is. And so I want to ask you, I'm asking you this question is, what is stopping you from that? What are different things that I'm now listen, I'm not going to say limitations of other stuff, of other people. I'm going to say limitations for you because it's easy to point a finger and it's easy to cop out. It's easy to accuse. It's easy to say that person or them people or this thing. That's easy to do. But it's hard to look back at yourself. It's hard to point fingers back at yourself and say your stopping point is starting with you. And so I'm asking you, what is stopping you from that? that your dream, your goal, your purpose, getting that promotion, building that, writing that book, building that business, stepping out and creating something amazing, going to learn a different skill set, going to get a certification, going to do these different things. What is stopping you from that? And you have to look within yourself, because what's in yourself, what's within you, that's the thing that's stopping you. It ain't got nothing to do with anything outside of you. Check this out. What's inside of you is trying to find agreement to what's on the outside of you. You sometimes look for that agreement that's outside of you so it can give you justification to say, no, I stop, I quit. You're absolutely correct. Oh, you're not going to make it in that city. Who say you can't? Oh, you're not going to do it because you're this race, or you're a male and you're a female, or you this type religion, or you this type of person, or you go here, or you don't have this and you don't have that, and you look for those limiting beliefs, those limiting limitation that you placed inside yourself. You go look for agreement outside of you so that it can confirm or they can justify you for not doing it. And so the that you looking for, and the that you want to do, and the that you try to, that you need to go and have and get done, you can't get that done because you're looking for agreement outside of you of what you already telling yourself. So what is the thing, and what are the things that you're telling yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're too old? Are you telling yourself that nobody in your family ever done this? Are you telling yourself is that the city you live in, you can't do this? Are you telling yourself because you this type of race you can't do this? Are you telling yourself you this type of gender you can't do this? Are you telling yourself it's because you didn't get this type of education that you can't do this? I just got through watching a video series of learning about the men that changes America, that changed America, something like that. The wealthiest men that changed America. Don't you know one of those men that we talk about, the Rockefeller, the Vanderbilt, the JP Morgan. JP Morgan had a little, he got a little bit more, but the Rockefellers and the Carnegies, we quote them and we talk about their wealth, but those guys didn't even have high school education, let alone go to university. And they built wealth on the instincts, on what they believe, but they did not say contradicting things inside themselves of what they wanted to do. So what they wanted to pursue and what they saw, they pursued it. They didn't put any limitations there. People told them that they couldn't do it. People told them it wasn't smart to do it. People told them that it wouldn't be possible. But now today we revere those men as being one of some of the wealthiest men that ever walked the face of the earth. And so there are things that you're telling yourself. There are things you're speaking to yourself. There are things that you're telling yourself right now today that is stopping you from that. And what I want you to do is I want you to identify that, write it down on a sheet of paper, on the board, on your mirror in the bathroom, whatever it is. Identify the that. Whatever that is that you want to do, that's a burning desire, that's a burning drive, there's a burning sensation for you. Identify that. And then I want you to write down the limiting beliefs. I want you to write down 3 limiting beliefs that you got inside yourself, that you told yourself. Not nobody told you. Not your mom, not your dad, not your uncles, not your grandmas, not your teachers, not your friends, not none of them. Though they can cast vision in you that can set a trajectory of having limiting beliefs, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about what you told yourself. I want you to write 3 of them down. And whatever that limiting belief is, you can't make enough money. You're a female or a male. You live in a certain area living in a certain area. Write those limiting beliefs down. And then on the other side of that, I want you to write down who you have seen in your sphere influence in your city that you know that you have seen that done it. Why? I'm asking you to put down people's names that done it. It's because you need to see that it's possible. If you're saying that ain't no black person done this, then I need you to use that $1,200, $1,500, $1,600 phone and Google a black person that is doing what you just said you're doing. If there's not a black person there you can't find, then become the first. But I'm pretty sure something that you may want to do, a black person done it. May not have done it like you did it, but they've done it. But if you have it alongside of that limiting belief, it now strips you of that excuse that you have not seen anybody that did it. So what is stopping you from that? And the stopping person and the stopping thing is inside of you. It's not outside. Trust me. If you change the inside, if you change your perspective on the inside, then what's on the outside will agree. You'll start to want to find people, uh, opportunities. You'll start to want to find those things to agree what's inside of you. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to find those things and they're going to help you to discover and they're going to help you get to that place, which comes to one of my next questions, right? Where is there you need to get to? So you discovered the that, you know what the that is, and we understand what's stopping you. Now there's a place called there. There's a place called there in your mind that you really want to get to. There's a place called there that you think about every single day. There's a place called there that you cry about every single day. There's a place called there that when you wake up, you see it in your face. There's a place called there that when you see other people doing it, you know that you're supposed to be doing it. You know that you're supposed to be in that place. You know you have the energy, that the capabilities, you have the understanding to do that thing. There is a place called there that you see every single day. And so I want to ask you, where is it? And what do you need to do to get there? What is needed for you? What is needed for you to get there? What is needed for you to get to that place called there? And whatever that place called there is for you, you need to write it down. You need to write it down so you can see it. You need to write it down so you can pay attention to it. You need to write it down so you can check it out every single day. Over here on my bar, right here, when I pass by and I walk out my door, I have a blackboard and I wrote down my stuff right there. You know what? Hold on for a second. Let me go get it. Hold on. So y'all can see that I don't talk about I don't talk about everything. I do what I talk about. Trying to make sure that it's a good spot where I can look at it and see. So this is my blackboard. And I have things on here right now, right? That I've written down. Grow the podcast, 8K a month, right? Build a club. You know what I'm saying? Build a club for people to come in. So, hit my fitness goal, 10 to 15%. Yo, this is before me every single day. Because I know what there is. This is my there. This is my there. My there is written down. And so I have to get to my there and I have to show up and get there so that I'm doing it every single day. So that when it come to pass and it manifests in my life, it's because I'm calling it to myself. And then when I identify my there, it helps me to find the needs that I need. Man, that's some dope stuff. Let me say that one more time. When I identify my there, when I identify my there, it helps me to find my needs to get there. When I don't identify my there and I don't see my there and I don't pay attention to my there, then I won't know the needs. I won't know what is needful for me to go do and get done. I don't know the tools that I need to discover. I don't know the things I need to Google. I don't know the podcast I need to listen to. I don't know the information that I need to research because I'm not looking at there. I don't see the there. I haven't identified the there. Once you identify the there, then I want you to find out what is necessary for you to get there. I want you to find out what is the energy, what are the people, what are the situations, what are the tools, what are communication, what are the networks that you need to get into so that you can get to there. Because there's a there for you. And I don't know what that there is, but you know what it is. That when people like me start talking and people who have a microphone get on the microphone and you listen to those podcasts or you listen to that information or you watch these posts and memes go up on your social feed, it is identifying to you about the there. I do not believe that people don't use social media. I'll tell you that right now. I do not believe it. So you are seeing things that you want to see, and you are looking at things that you say, I could do that. I can do that. Google is a social media. I'm telling you that right now. Because Google runs YouTube. You watch YouTube, it's social media. So I don't believe anybody who say they don't look at social media, right? But what I'm saying is this is that you need to understand the necessary steps to get to your there. And the steps to get to your there, I can tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. But guess what? If you write them out, if you identify them, and if you sit down and be strategic and let yourself know what it is, and then you make those steps goals, you will make them necessary so you can get there. Because your there is already there. Your there is waiting on you. Your there has been there for you since you've been born. Your there is not going anywhere. Forget that, "Oh, it's past my age," or, "Oh, I must have missed it," or, "Oh, this is not right," or, I can't find it anymore," or, "I should have done it back then, but I didn't do it now, so it's past whatever." Man, forget that. There are people who are activating, they're there right now, and they're in their 60s, they're in their 70s, they're in their 80s. I talked to a 70-year-old man that told me to get into pickleball. He's like, "I'm enjoying pickleball like it's crazy." And he is 70 years old. And I have met people who are younger than me. I'm 43. I've met people that were younger than me. They're like, "Man, I can't do nothing. I ain't got no energy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what." Well, I'm like, "Whoa. What is the difference? What is the difference between a 70-year-old that has the energy in the world to play pickleball and then somebody who is 32 that I talk to and they say they don't have no energy?" It's because one, they haven't put the necessary there, and two, they're not excited about they're there. And they're thinking that their life is tapped out. They're thinking that it's over. But if I had a crystal ball, or if I could point at you and say your life is over tomorrow because you say ain't nothing here for you, and you might as well leave, you won't want to leave because you're gonna say, I got so much more to live for. I got so much more to do. You'll start thinking about that. Don't let life get so drastic to where you start thinking about it that you have more. You haven't even taken the trip of a lifetime that you wanted to take yet. And you had the opportunity to do it, but you tapped out and didn't do it because you was tired on the couch, or you got scared, or you was fearful of taking that moment. You have not smelled the roses on the West Coast, let alone you smelled the roses in Maine, let alone you smelled the roses in London, let alone you smelled the roses in Kenya, and you love roses. And so you need to reignite, stir up, and get to that place called there. You know where it is. You know how it is. You know what you need to do to get to there. And so you need to make sure that's going on. And the last question I want to say is, what are the conversations you're having? Now, this is something I'm gonna really tap into this, man. Man, thank you for everybody who coming on, everybody who's watching me. Please, if you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. I will see the comments. I will bring it up. I will ask. If you want to ask me a question, I will definitely answer those questions too. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this on my Facebook feed, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. Please, if you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and let me know how you like my content that's being pushed out. I'm doing my best to make sure that you have great content. I do not disrespect this mic, man. I do not disrespect the opportunity to speak to you, man. You are listening to the Selfish Leader podcast that I am actually doing as a lunchtime gig. Normally I do it normally I do it at night, but this I do lunchtime. And so I wanted to drop this on a lunchtime gig. So, but this is live, man. I don't do a lot of things pre-recorded. Most things are live. So you're getting a live full effect of everything. And my heart of hearts is that not only did I speak with inspiration and give you tools and strategies when it comes to leading people or taking your social media to the next level, but also I want to help hit you with the motivation and the mindset, man, because I believe that all three can work together. All three can work together, right? I I I talk a little bit more about leadership on LinkedIn because that's more of the private side of what I do. When I talk to high level leaders and how to take their companies or people or move their team to a bigger scale. But I also talk about media and mindset on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, right? And so you're going to find those different types of content on there, but they all work together for me, right? This is my superpower. I know what I need to get to that place called there. There's a there in my head, and I'm building and creating to get to there. Because there was a time, man, I didn't do that, right? I just kind of like let it happenstance or let it just see if it was just gonna show up. And I realized that, nah, man. After I plant the seed, I just can't just let it sit there. I gotta make sure I'm still cultivating the ground so that the seed could do what it need to do. I still gotta make sure it's fertilized. I still gotta make sure it's getting water. I still gotta make sure that it's doing what it need to do so that not only it sprout up and get stronger, but when it does get stronger, it can take off by itself. And so I just thought that if I just lay seeds out there, boom, it'll go. Well, I'm I got seeds out there for days. I got seeds out there for days. Now it's time for me to cultivate that ground and continue to uh, you know, manage the ground and continue to be there on the ground so that when the seeds start sprouting up and start growing and it becomes strong enough, it can do what it got to do. So this is the things that I had to go through, right? So all these different questions I asked myself. I even asked myself these questions today. Like even though I'm doing things and I'm moving in the right direction, I still ask myself these questions today, right? And so, what are the conversation you are having? What are the conversations you're having? Now, before I get before I go into that, right, I want to make sure that I do a commercial break because I've been talking for a long time, and I want to do a commercial break to let you know about the podcast. And this is how I do my commercial break, man. So I appreciate you guys continue to watching, and so do not touch that down. I'll be right back with this last question, man. You do not want to miss this last question, and I'm gonna break something down. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be pretty dope, and then I'm gonna end with an opportunity to connect with me. All right, let's go. All right, all righty. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That's my little commercial break to let you guys know, you know what I'm saying, what the podcast you're looking at. It's the Self Leader podcast with the law, man. So I appreciate you guys. So before I went on the break, I was brought up a question, and it's the question. It say, "What are the conversation you are having? What conversations are you having? Are those conversations promoting inspiration, or are those conversations promoting perspiration?" And let's separate the two. Let's talk about the two. If the conversation is causing you to, sweat by the sweat of your brow, perspiring so much, then you're working hard or against what could be easily flowing. And so the conversation that you're having is going against all the things that you need to be doing to get to there so that you can create the that. And so now it's creating so much sweat on your brow that you're getting frustrated, you're getting upset, you're getting mad, you're getting pissed off because you can't figure out why this thing is not working or why you can't get to this point or why this is so it seems like it's so hard to get through this. It should be easy. And that's because you're listening to conversation that makes you sweat from your brow. And in those conversations, a lot of times, some of those people who are speaking those conversations where it's making you sweat like that, their intention is to keep you in a level that you're just stagnant. That's what that's what hurts me about coaches. That's what hurts me about having consultants, right? You have consultants that are out here like myself and coaches like myself that want to help you get to that end. And we don't want to sugarcoat it and we don't want to hold back and we don't want to keep anything from you and we don't want to be deceptive. And so we're giving you all the game and we giving you what we need and we pour it out to you guys. And it's like, man, we're freely giving it and we loving that and we help you get to that. But then you got some coaches who have a powerful mic like I got, and they string you along, string you along, string you along, and they give you this vague stuff, and they telling you in vague ways, they telling you in vague things, so they can keep you there. And then when you leave them, it's like, what did I learn? What did I get? What came about? And so now you're frustrated because you paid this money to this coach, and this coach didn't get you to point A and point B. They just told you a lot of things that it seemed like it was overwhelming, and then you was like, "Man, forget it." Trust me, I was there. I done it. That's why I was like, I'm not going to be a coach or consultant that is one is not simple. Two, you're not getting to a place where I'm over talking you and it's over your head. And three, I'm not there with you. Anytime I do a Zoom call, my Zoom calls are not pre-recorded. My Zoom call is live like I'm doing right now. This is live. This is me right now live talking to you. It is live. I want to be in the room for when I tell you to do stuff so that you can hear it. And so if you have a conversation where it seems like it's keeping you stagnant, that is not a fruitful conversation. If it's causing you to perspire from your brow more than you need to, when it should be easily flowing, you need to change the conversation because you need conversation that inspire you. You need conversation that gives you inspiration. Because when you get that inspiration from that conversation, it not only fires you up, it ignites something inside you. It unlocks things inside you. If that conversation is not inspiring enough to not get you motivated to go and discover the thing that you need to discover, you need to run. Because a person speaking to you, a person giving you information should be unlocking and helping you navigate and helping you get to that place because you ain't put here on the earth to just chill out. You put on the earth to do something. You put on here to make a difference. You don't have to make a difference to millions. You can make a difference to 10, and 10 would turn to 100, and 100 would turn to 1,000, and 1,000 turn to 10,000, and 10,000 turn to 100,000, and 100,000 turn to a million. You can start with just 10. Like I've loved on guys and I blessed guys' life and their family's life years ago, and they're still reaping the fruit from what I spoke or what I've done or me speaking at a conference or having having fellas in my home as we sat down and we talk and we converse about Bible verses and things to go and things to do, like that thing still kind of sounds off through people's lives. I didn't start out with tens of thousands. I didn't start out with the thousands that I have on social media. No, started with two, that went to three, that went to four, to seven, to eight, to 10. And who they're affecting outside of me, I don't know. I don't know. I can see some results. I can see their lifestyle. I can see on social media what they're doing in social media. I don't know how many they affected, but I don't know what was there. But you know what I do know is that I had a hand in doing that because I inspired them. The conversation was inspirational enough where it took root and start to move. And so you need to have conversations where it inspires you and not cause perspiration because it is necessary for you to do what you got to do. It is needful for you to do what you got to do. There is a group of people. There's a group of people that are waiting for you to get going. Like, I trust me, man. I didn't believe that, right? I didn't I didn't believe people was waiting for me to get going. I didn't believe that I was the right person. I didn't believe that I was I was the one that people would listen to. I didn't. But then I start talking. Then I start doing lives and I start doing videos and I start getting on these publications and all these different medias, right? And then I realized there's some people that wanted to hear my voice. There's some people that wanted to listen to me. There are people that really connect with what I'm saying. And then when I start seeing people get results and people leaving comments and people leaving reviews and people sending out messages and people referring people to me, like I, I start to understand that I had to do the thing that I had to do. They was waiting for me to just get up and go get it done and do it. Listen, let me put this. Listen, you need to go and get up and go do it. Well, Lawrence, you don't know what I've been through. Lawrence, I've been through this and I've been through that. I suffered this and I suffered that. Listen, all of us have a story. Man, if I tell you my story, you'll be like, why am I still talking? And why do I still have inspiration? And why do I still have the fire and the vigor to keep going and to speak to others? Why I don't crawl into a shell and just be to myself? Why I don't do this and why I don't do that? If I told you my story, if you heard my story to the full, you'll question me and you'll ask me where that come from. And I'll tell you, my main source, my primary source is God himself. My secondary source is me. Why I say me? I had to believe in what he said. I had to believe in what he had to tell me. And then when I believed what he had to tell me, I became independent enough to decide on my own to say, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I see I need to do. And I start setting up the goals. I start setting up the place. I start making it necessary for me to put things in place to get to that place called there. And then I submit them to him and he gives me confirmation or he clarifies what I need. And once he gave me clarity, I start going. I start moving. Was it absent of trial? No. Was it absent of pain? No. Was it absent of things that I could not control? No. Was it absent of things that I caused on myself? No. But I couldn't quit. I couldn't stop because there's other people that I have never met before. It's on the other side of this camera. That is on the other side of the information highways. It's just on the other side of the world I've never touched physically, but with my voice, with my inspiration, with my words, with me showing up and being consistent, with me tapping into my gift and believing in my gift, it has touched many people in those places. What is it that you got to get to? What is the there? What is that there? Because you got to get there. I can't tell you how long it's going to take. I can't tell you when it's going to show up. I can't tell you when the moment it's going to happen. What I can tell you that you will have a moment, and I can tell you that you will get there. I can tell you you will feel the benefits of it, and you will eat from the fruit of your labor if you get up and go and do it. Listen, to those who feel like they've forgotten, to those who feel like they've done so much and it's not repairable, to those who feel like I've messed up so much and I stepped up so much, it just ain't gonna it ain't gonna go down like that. For those who tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, try some more and try some more and still haven't got what they saw, keep going. Lawrence, Lawrence, you don't know. If I keep going, it just feels bad. It feels like I'm insane if I just keep going. It's only insane. It's only insane. I'm gonna say this. It's only insane that if you're doing the same thing and you ain't learning from it. I think that's missing out of the definition of insanity. Is that you're doing the same thing over and over again and you're not getting nothing out of it. You're not learning, you're not retooling, you're not toning it up. When you're not getting anything out of it and you expect the results to be different, yeah, that's insanity. But you're not insane if you keep at it and you're getting better and you're perfecting it and you're learning and you're retooling and you're redefining and you're finding and discovering new ways to make your company or your book or your business or you being in a leadership position at work or you working get better. That's not insanity. That's called determination. That's called believing in what you got to do. That's called focus. So I want you to get to that place called there. And I want you to answer these questions. And the questions is, what is stopping you from that? You identify that. Remember, the stopping is inside of you. Where is there you need to get to? So that place called there, where is it? Where is it? And then get there. The next question, what is necessary for you to get to that place called there? Write down those steps and don't make them so big. Take two or three, write down two or three steps, accomplish those two or three steps. Don't try to go and try to do 15, 20, 30 steps. Accomplish one to two to three steps, man, because you don't want to make them so big that you quit before you get started because it's so big. Like literally, don't try to eat the whole elephant in one bite. Okay. The last question is, what are the conversations you having? What are the conversations you are having? And are those conversations inspiring you or are those conversations causing you to perspire from the sweat of your brow? Man, I want to thank everybody who's been listening to me. If you have any question or comments, you can definitely put them in the comment box. I would definitely see those and bring those up. Uh, but I want to make sure you guys connect with me. Make sure you guys support me, right? The way you can support me on Facebook is give me those stars, do those different things, man, and drop those stars on there. If you're on Facebook, drop me some stars. If you on LinkedIn. Give me some likes and give me some shares. Share this out. Leave a comment on LinkedIn. Also, you guys, if you on YouTube right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber. One thing you're gonna get from me, I will not disrespect the mic. I will make sure that I will give you information. I make sure that I will give you things that not only push you, but I believe it's going to frustrate you too, right? It's going to piss you off. So this is an opportunity, you guys, I want to put out here is that I want you to this is an opportunity I want to put out here is that you guys, if you guys Kevin Woods was going on great points, man. Your conversations are important. Yes, your conversations are important. Your conversations are important. Having those conversations and connect with those conversations is important. Kelvin, can you put the if you can you put the group in the comments for me so I can share that. So you guys, the opportunity that I'm laying out before you guys is make sure you like and subscribe for my on my page, right? And look at different things. If you're looking for if you're trying to build media, if you're trying to build your space out when it comes to social media and doing different things on social media, please contact me. Let's have a conversation. Let's go through this. Also, if you have a team of people, or you're leading a business, or you saying your leadership skills is not what you think it should be, uh, contact me. I've done 22 years in the military. I've been in leadership position in the civilian life, and I've seen where there's a dynamic there that I can merge the two together, but I can also show how it can be effective. And me being the leader that I am is that I was able to take hundreds of people, right, and not only lead them in a way that they need to be led, but also when there was trouble times and when there's bullets flying, or when somebody go through depression, or somebody lose a family member, and somebody go through suicide or sexual harassment. So how do you continue to lead through that stuff and still get the mission done and make sure the mission is complete, and then you help those people who need those help at the same time. So also, you guys, man, if you guys want to join the Equity Chasers community, Equity Chasers Club, I'm a part of this club. You remember I said those conversations that inspire you. I'm in this club where these conversations inspire me. I'm in there with ladies and gentlemen that are doing amazing things when it comes to business, entrepreneurship, right? And we are learning from, our leader, Kelvin Woods. He the one that actually helped us get into those spaces, but also, you guys, the connections that are there. Like literally, we're around people that not only help push you hard, but they help believe in you. Like you guys seeing my posts now, I used to be straight generic. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I used to be plain Jane, straight generic. Didn't think about all this customizing stuff and whatever, right? I didn't think about that. I just go live and go, right? But in this group, we talked about a steak, right? And with this steak, right, you can be the best steak maker, right? You can you're the best in the world. But if it's served on a porcelain plate or it's served on a trash lid, which one will you eat off of? And so because people eat with their eyes, the- they're gonna tend to go to the porcelain plate. Well, I had to build the porcelain plate. And so because I'm building the porcelain plate, I'm getting more activity, I'm getting more connection, I'm getting more people. So in this group, you guys, make sure you tap into this group, because this group is going to frustrate you, right? It is not there for you. It could be a community where we hang out and chill and we go to brunch, which we possibly would do that. But it's a community to push you to your next level and help you get to the speed of execution the right way. Because I don't sometimes I'm gonna get off the horse here and get ready to end the show. But sometimes I feel like, even me, that us who have great ideas or who moving in the space or trying to build something, it's not that we don't have the ideas. It's not even that we don't have the effort. It's not even don't we don't have the potential of effort, put it that way. It's not all that. It's not even that we don't have the energy. It's our speed of execution. And the reason why our execution is slow is because sometimes we don't have the knowledge, or we don't have the connections, or we don't have the people around us that's frustrating us to push it to the next level. Remember, building a diamond doesn't come in smooth ways. Building a diamond come under pressure, fire. So you need pressure and fire. So if you don't need that, if you don't have that pressure and fire underneath you, I'm just saying, you might be a cubus of zirconia, it can be crushed, but a diamond can't be crushed. if you have depression and fire. So tap in, man. This is the link here. Make sure you guys see this link, get in this link, jump into the group. All right. You want to get into this group right now. Because if you late, it's okay to be late. Just know you're gonna pay for it. I'm just put it that way. Don't be late. Don't be late because your business, your mindset may be suffering because you're not in the right community. So don't be caught up, right? Don't be caught up, man. All right. Kelvin said you preaching fire. Hey man, I appreciate it, man. So you guys, man, I love you guys. I hope all this hits you well. I appreciate it. Once again, make sure you leave, comment, like, share. Follow me on all social media platforms. All social media platforms, you can find me at Lawrence Thompson Jr. Lawrence Thompson Jr. You'll find me on all social media platforms. I'm there. I try to make sure I have the same picture so that you see the same picture. So there's nothing different. So it's connecting all across the boards. Make sure you like me there. Also, Google the Selfish Leader podcast, where you can find me on your social your podcasting network. So it's Apple Music, Google Play, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. You'll find me on all those platforms where you can get my podcast. And I'm on there going wow a little bit. So, but yeah, and you can also watch me on all these stations, man, every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? Uh, Wednesday is more my strategic time. That's why I have guests that come along. And then Friday, we have Fortitude Fridays, right? Fortitude Mindset Fridays. And then on Mondays is where I come like this and have my rant in my talk. So I decided to do lunchtime today, not 7 o'clock. So I love you guys, man. Man, thank you guys once again. And I'm gonna get out of here, man. I love y'all. You guys keep doing what you're doing. And I'm gonna sign out like I always do. It's solution.